Well, we move now to a discussion about a bill recently passed by the Florida state legislature that's expected to be signed into law by Governor Ron DeSantis, that many are calling fascist for very good reason. What this bill would do, if it were to become law, is give the state the power to remove trans youth from their parents if they're receiving gender-affirming care. This is as disturbing as it gets, saying to parents, you going to multiple medical professionals who deem it necessary for the health of your child to be prescribed certain treatments warrants taking your child away. That's what we're talking about here. And it's not, a prepubescent child having sex reassignment surgery. That doesn't happen. It's a lie. In case you are honest and curious on the age breakdown here from PolitiFact, the guidelines for the medical care of transgender patients developed by organizations such as the Endocrine Society and the World Professional Association for Transgender Health do not recommend puberty blockers for children who have not reached puberty, do not recommend hormone treatment for those under 16 years old, and typically restrict genital reassignment surgery to those 18 and older who also meet other criteria. And so what we're talking about here is a child who's experiencing a medically significant amount of mental distress, gender dysphoria, and then going to multiple professionals with the support of the parents over an extended period of time, being provided, if deemed necessary, tiers of treatment as they grow up, into when it's appropriate, starting with puberty blockers, which are reversible. And by the way, kids besides trans youth take puberty blockers. A cis kid who starts puberty too early will be prescribed puberty blockers, which on that subject, why is it that Republicans are okay with medical professionals deeming it necessary to prescribe puberty blockers to a cis child who started puberty too early? They can trust them on that, but not making an informed decision that puberty blockers are necessary in other cases. But a parent doing everything right, just trying to make sure their child doesn't end up experiencing so much mental distress that they take their own life, just trying to provide a happy, healthy life for their child. And that is deserving in the eyes of Florida Republicans of stripping the child away. Let's take a look at a little bit of reporting on this first from the independent. Republican lawmakers in Florida have sparked outrage after passing a bill that LGBTQ advocates say will strip trans children from their parents' custody. SB 254, which one former lawmaker has called fascist legislation, would allow the state to rip children from their parents when they are at risk or subjected to gender-affirming health care. The bill is written so that even a child of Floridian parents living out of state could trigger the law. And then here from the Washington Post, turning to the Constitution, there are at least two provisions that the Florida bill would violate. First, by denying medical care to trans people. In particular, the law discriminates. For example, under the bill, parents could choose to give puberty blockers to a child experiencing early puberty. The fact that the same parents could not use the same drugs when prescribed by a physician for gender dysphoria shows the unconstitutional double standard. Absolutely. None of their principles matter. When it came time to demonize LGBTQ people in schools, it was all about parental rights. And now it's time to demonize trans people even more, and parental rights are thrown out the window. Or the principle of family values. They're now ready to destroy families because the parents are going to all the proper places to receive guidance on the treatment of their child. The research shows that gender-affirming care, that again, medical professionals administer only when age appropriate and only when an individual has gone through multiple rounds of consultations and analysis, actually is the way to treat gender dysphoria. That is how we decrease depression rates, protect human beings from being so distressed that they take their own life, and give them the tools necessary to live a happy, healthy life. That is not me saying it, because I don't have the credentials or years of specialized education to make that determination. That is coming from the people that do, who study this, who work every day to try to increase the well-being of beautiful human beings. And the Florida state government is set to take away the right of parents and medical professionals to do just that, and instead ruin the lives of children across the state. It's sick, and yes, it's fascistic.